Hello and welcome to something that I have not done for a very long time, a RAB-Tunes model making stream. So we're working on the very much anticipated Final Fantasy 15 in a nutshell. So I'm just making sure this all works, so I believe you guys can see what I'm doing and can hear the dulcet tones of Somnus from 15. So let me know if you can hear me, let me know if the music level's alright, and if all's good, well, without further ado, we'll crack on. Okay, so let's start with the basics, since there's probably a lot of new people who haven't seen this process. So I'll just do a quick run through. So I work with Adobe Flash, which is outdated software now, but I don't really care. I stick to what I know. So I have a RAB-Tune model template that I use for all models. I have different ones for different races, like Viera and Final Fantasy 12, Mikote and 14, and Hrothgar and 14, etc, etc. So, we are going to be making Ignis, Prompto and Gladio today. So I am going to start off by making Prompto. So first I need to get a reference image, and what I like to use, especially recently, is Final Fantasy Opera Omnia, because the art style is simple. It gives me a good reference guide for making my own models, because I can use these as sort of a guide on how to sort of simplify my own model. Hello to everyone who's just jumped in. Please let me know if the music's a bit too loud. In fact, it is a little smidge loud, so I'll just turn it down ever so slightly. Cool. Okay, right. So I'm working on a bit of a smaller screen than I would normally do, because I obviously need to be able to see you lovely people's comments on the right there. Okay, so let's start with the hair. So I've got a layer, I've got all these layers here. So I've got a layer for hair, I've got a layer for the head, a layer for the outfit, and the body layer, and this layer is just where I put whatever image I'm using currently to work on the model. So we get our black ink, and I set this to use pressure, since I'm using a art tablet to make this. Hey blue guys. Okay, right, so just carefully. No, I've made a classic mistake right off the bat. I've started off on the wrong layer, so basically those lines were wasted, but it's no big deal because it was literally just the start of the model. This is a good track. Say we want about 15, but yeah, it had some good music. Now I know this is paranoid, but I'm going to do this now just in case. I'm going to save the model, because I'm overly paranoid and this computer is very old and has known to just crash on me without warning. Let's see, so Prompto. Thank you very much, Alexandra. We actually have the voice actor for our Ignis in the chat here today. His name's Eric Honk. He's a very talented man. He has brought to life many RAB-Tunes characters, and he's a good friend of mine. Just giving him a little shout out there. See, I always find the hair the hardest part to do when making these models. See, straight away there, the difficulty in these guys having such big heads is obviously it doesn't quite match up when I'm doing the hair. Alright, so I'm just gonna get rid of no. Okay, I'm just gonna have to work with what I've got here. And in terms of the I've come up with a new recipe joke. I think you guys will like what we have in mind for that. Saving many backup files is paranoid. Thank you, Isabella. It's a little bit paranoid there. I mean, I might just be being overly cautious, but I have lost like an entire model's worth of work from just a random unknown error, and it was like one of the most disheartening things ever to have to work on that, because it was Gaius Van Balself in 14, and as you know, his helmet is not a simple one, so you can imagine the anguish I felt having worked on that model for like at least an hour, and to just have some random error undo all that work. Okay, so that's a little bit too quiffy, so we'll turn that down a smidge. That's a little bit better. I see what people mean when they say he kind of looks like Cloud. I used to be like, no, Prompto doesn't look like Cloud, what are you talking about? But no, I kind of see it, having now worked on this model. This is a nice track as well, nice and chill. Okay, so that's almost the hair done. And now for another episode of RAB-Boss. Thanks, Ben. Black Auric Harlem. Wow, never thought it takes this long to draw hair alone. Thought you simply copy or paste. My good sir, I do not copy and paste. I am a man of refined culture. I used to trace these hair, but then I found they obviously don't stretch over these massive heads so well, so I just started adapting the hairstyles, if you will. So we just do the finer details. Looking good, I would say so. Okay, a moment. Just a little bit of a smidge there. I want to ride my chocobo all day. Good old Prompto. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. Now, I'm fairly certain Prompto has freckles, so I'm going to give him some. It's like one of the things I noticed about him straight away. As someone with freckles in real life, I appreciate actually having a character with visible freckles in a game. That's a bit of a weird thing to appreciate, but yeah, I appreciate the weird things in video games that people don't tend to notice. Let me see your booty shake. I'll just prove your comment there because I can see it. Thanks, Ben. Espion the Magician. Wow, your voice. Is that a good thing? Ooh, this is another good track. '15 had some very good chill tracks, which is pretty good for a stream of this caliber. Like, not so much when I was doing the 13 models, because a lot of 13 tracks aren't chill, but they're good. Ooh, didn't want to do that. Let's just colour in that little gap there. missed one there. Oh, I just realised I completely skipped over what that was. So basically this is invisible ink. This will create invisible pen lines, which I can then... So if I do that, that will fill it in like that. And that's basically how I do the shading. Okay, so let's do that properly. Wow, Prompto is sexy as fuck. Thanks, Red One. Who's your vote for 2020? I'm not going to get into politics if you're hinting at what I'm hinting. If you're hinting at what I think you're hinting at. Plus, I'm not American, so I'm happy with that. Hello, Rab. I know, I'm doing a stream that's not 7 Remake. What's wrong with me? Okay, I think I'm satisfied with how the heads come out. Which means we are slightly ahead of schedule. So I could potentially take requests for doodles and stuff when this is done. So now we're going to move on to the close layer. Do you ever reuse mods with some adjustments? Of course, all the time. Loads of models have been reused over the course of these animations. I think the most infamous one is I reused Sid from Final Fantasy VIII's model to make Vincent from Silent Hill 3, for Silent Hill 3 in a nutshell. Totally got away with it. Now we're going to work on Prompto's jacket. If I had the confidence, I would totally wear one of these. But I'm more of a Noctis's jacket kind of person. Who else are you drawing today? I am doing Gladio and Ignis, are the other two on the agenda. Possibly one more after that, maybe, if I have time. I seem to remember, I don't know if they removed this in the final version of the game. I never thought to check or even just look at the model in game itself, but I remember Prompto had a little patch on his jacket somewhere that said something like a beautiful bastard or something like that. It was quite edgy. I have a feeling they actually removed it in the game now. Won't be the same watching the recording. Shame, but I'm kind of busy, so I really can't stay for long. Aww. What's the cringy thing you see in Final Fantasy fanfiction? I don't really read fanfiction, I must admit, so I can't really comment on that one, I'm afraid. Sorry. I've seen cringy fan art, mine included. I think it was Final Fantasy V in a nutshell, but my favourite artwork was the whole high definition glory art. Yeah, that one wasn't by me, that was by my good friend Bulletom, who occasionally does bits of art for me. He was behind the XDEF HD model. This track right here triggers me a little bit. When you're wandering a bit too close to enemies, accidentally setting them off. Oh, bollocks, I was on the wrong layer there. See, that's kind of annoying. If I click on this picture here, it will take me to that layer, and then I'll often forget that I'm on that layer. Regular Tifa, cool. Fat Tifa, PP art. Everyone screams in horror. Yeah, sorry about that. Now to do Prompto's very fashionable boots. And I've done it again, I'm on the wrong layer. Epic track right here. And I'm going to make that a bit higher up, since these templates are literally just for a reference, I don't have to stick to them. Enemies above us! The word fuck is censored in the console version, but if you play the Windows version on high res it's uncensored. Huh. I did not know that. Well, remember, isn't it something like, it's a beautiful day, but a bastard's got to fuck it up or something like that? Okay, so I'm relatively happy with how the outline for clothes has gone, so I am just going to now move on to colouring. So, a fact I mention like 50 billion times a stream is I am colourblind. So I do not pick colours very well if I'm picking them myself. So what I tend to do is I will use the model's colours as much as possible. Now this has its advantages and it has its disadvantages. Advantages, I get the colour right if the lighting is correct on my reference model. Downsides are, sometimes if the lighting isn't correct, I will get the colour wrong, and I won't know it until someone points it out in the comments when the video is premiered, when I can't go back and change it. So if you ever see a model with the wrong colours, that is why. And this leopard print trousers. Without you, I'm gonna suffer stress in this castle in FF9. Whoa, I've missed a whole conversation here. Oh, no context. Hey there, hello Emmanuel. Oh hell yeah, the camp theme. Yeah, this is a good track. So I'm not going to perfectly replicate this pattern on this t-shirt. I'm just going to loosely interpret it. Yeah, I think you get the idea. So that's the invisible line with the invisible ink. As I've shown you before, that will allow me to now do the shading. The infamous RAB-Toon shading that is always in the same direction, no matter what direction the model is facing. Which FF game is your favourite? Final Fantasy IV. Gotta love that game. Good characters, good story, good battle system, the works. I love FF13 trilogy. Now you are a rare breed. This soundtrack definitely gets you in the mood for watching someone drawing some character models. I know, I'm quite pleasantly surprised at how well this music goes with streaming. It's nice. Okay, I think that was well timed, because that is actually Prompto's model finished. That was a very appropriate track to come on. So there we go, we have Prompto. So what I've gotten into the habit of doing is now saving my models like this. So as you see, they are now layered. So I can just undress Prompto and redress him as and when I need. And we'll just give him the signature RAB-Toon's model arms. Ooh, this is a good track. Very chill. Okay, yep, he's got half gloves, so I'll give him those. Oh no, what have I done? Okay, it doesn't matter. I thought I changed the colour of the entire outline, but I guess I didn't. Okay, so I'll just allow you to get a good view of the model. There we go. Can you do the Versus 13 outfit for Noctis? Maybe at the end of the stream. So I'm just going to have a drink and I'll let you guys vote if I do Gladio or Ignis next. I think Eric Honk is going to be a little bit biased here. So this is just something I do for my model files now. So it's ready for animating. Basically I've now created a separate layer which it will now not matter if I do something like, I don't know, I'll just show you. I'll just show you. I don't think I've ever actually gone into how I do some of these facial expressions. So I use the invisible ink to cut away a segment of his eyes. Then we give him some angry eyebrows. And give him a cheeky little smile. Oh, this is creepy. See, this track right now always reminds me of that game, SCP Containment Breach. Don't know if you guys have played that game, but this soundtrack triggers me because it reminds me of that game, and that game is one of the games I cannot play even in broad daylight with friends surrounding me, because the tension, the fact that it can make you jump scare at any time, my heart can't take it. So yeah, SCP Containment Breach, not even once. Oh hey 2B Mouse, another one of my good partners. I can't wait to screenshot later. Don't forget to save. So there you go, we got an evil looking Prompto. I don't think that's an expression that really suits him, but happy, angry, happy, angry, happy, angry. It's kind of cheeky, it suits him. Okay, I think I've given you enough time to tally up some votes. I don't care. Well, that's very rude, 64 power. Whatever Eric Honk wants. Daddy Gladdy. From Doobie. Ignis is the best boy. Okay, so what I'm getting at is there is a bit of a lean towards Ignis. Rab, turn live chat on. You're missing half the conversations. No, I'm looking at the conversations now. Furia now. Okay, so let's start a new model. God, the 15 soundtrack is so good. Now, I do believe Ignis is in Opera Omnia. He is. However, there is a slight issue here. The way they've drawn him. No, I guess I could kind of work with that. I mean, the pattern is all round on Ignis, so I could just figure out the missing area there. Yes, I did hear about Crash Bandicoot 4 Red 1, and I am very, very hyped. Cannot wait for that at all. You may have seen me tweeting about it a lot on Twitter. Do go follow me on Twitter if you have Twitter and enjoy dank memes and occasional animation updates. I am very active on there. I'm trying to make it take off. So let's start an Ignis model. This is going to be a tricky one. Now, I'm not going to do this because it will look crap, but someone asked me earlier, do I ever reuse models? And I did contemplate doing this. So in 13, if you recall, what's his name? Hope's dad, Bartholomew Estime. Very much looks kind of like Ignis, very, very loosely. Just with slightly less spiky hair. I did almost consider reusing this, but that would be a little bit cack, so I'm not going to do that. The temptation was there. Hello, Bruno. And hello, William Wynn. Damn, Ignis has a 5 head. I mean, he's still a very good looking man, but I never realised how much forehead he is. I hate spiders. Not a line they say in 15. I seem to recall Prompto says it. This is a little bit more challenging than I thought it was going to be. If I just take it one step at a time, it shouldn't be too bad. Ignis is going to take you down Flavor Town. Oh god. Okay, Ignis, you now have a few extra spikes in your hair, courteous of Raptoons Incorporated. It is not a real name. You know what they say, big forehead, big stress lights. Is the nutshell going to have any of the DLC from the game? No, so this nutshell is Final Fantasy 15 as the game was released, so basically as it came out of the box, that fateful day on November 2016. Now this track reminds me of like a really corny anime ending, you know, when the heroes have had their adventure, they're all sort of having a cheesy joke and they all sort of laugh and the camera pans up into the sunset and the credits start rolling. Okay, I think I'm happy with this hair. Oh, accidentally did a racism there. Okay, so there's obviously a gap in the line work I've missed. So now I just zoom in. This is something I have to do quite often. I'm looking for a gap where the fill tool is basically hitting a barrier and not letting me colour in. Just clean up some of the lines here while I'm at it. I played every Final Fantasy nutshell Squallian Heart. Very cool novelty account there, by the way. Appreciate the hustle. Okay, have I got it? Yeah, that looks like I did. I love Auron. Auron's cool. No homo. Hello, defaulty boy. Okay, so because Ignis has a pair of glasses, I'm gonna create a separate layer for those. Now, glasses are always interesting in Final Fantasy games. Sorry, it's 1 AM here. In RAB-2 style, because obviously I'd have to find the right balance between making them comically big or small enough to fit just over their eyes down here. So for Ignis, I'm going to opt for smaller ones. Yes, there are going to be plenty of jokes about the game, how the game is incomplete. The hair colour is too dark. You reckon? How about that? I don't recall when this track plays in the game. Does anyone else recall? No, that looks crap. Sounds like funky fancy, this track. These glasses are not gelling with me. So tell you what, I am going to cheat a little bit. So you're going to see a little bit of behind the scenes RAB-Tunes studio here. So 14 had a lot of models, as a lot of you might know. So here are the fan-made characters, which people submitted to me and I made for them. And I do seem to remember some of them had glasses that were quite similar to Ignis's. Yes, so this person here has some very Ignis-like glasses I could possibly borrow. So now I just need to find that person's model. So 14, cameos, Gen 2. What's her name again? Gabriel Mora. There we go, so I'm just going to borrow... Oh no, I don't want her choker. Delete that. Oh, don't want those either. Ooh, I love this track. So we're just borrowing your glasses, and then we're going to put them on Ignis. And we're just going to edit them slightly. No, that doesn't look right either. Sorry, Gabrielle, we're not going to use you after all. Everyone hopping into the stream right now might be very confused. No, none of you. Those are similar, but not quite on the money. Actually, come to think of it, oh no, those were classes I reused anyway. Okay, no, we can't cheap out on this one. Love your content, by the way. Thank you, Tritega. Alright, take 2 on Ignis's classes. Arden is if Jesus became the Joker. That's a very good comparison right there. The most challenging character to do so far. Definitely Ifrit and his goddamn horns. Jesus Christ. Those were a bitch. Come on, don't be stupid. Alright, you're annoying me now. So we just turn down the opacity on that fill. Give it a little bit of a glare. Draw without thinking, so much help, so much think. That's how I roll. Nice edit with the glasses, looks good. Thanks, Doobie. This, I think, is too VV style. Glass is grey, it's too dark. Well, there's always room to improve. As I say, we're not done yet, so we can always make adjustments. Is Reddit toxic or ghetto? Both, I guess. Someone said the grey was too light on his glasses, so we're going to try a little bit more of a... There we go, I think that looks a lot better. Do you plan to do commissions, Raz? I've considered it, but so much of my time is eaten up making these nutshells as it is. Adding commissions on top of that would drain me mentally, I think. I would love to do it maybe if I had more time in the future, but at the moment it's a no. Okay, so gotta be careful here. And once again, I've done it on the wrong layer. I said be careful and I didn't heed my own warning. Again, I was using the wrong ink there. just going to lock the body so we don't accidentally rub any of it out. See, Flash is a little bit too smart for its own good. It will erase anything that the eraser goes over, even if you're not on that layer, so you've got to always be careful of that. Don't forget to save, that's a good idea. Thank you, Kaiju Tony. Ah yes, Luna, the most pointless Final Fantasy character to ever exist. I think Noctis had more chemistry with his car than Luna. Final Fantasy IV Defaulty Boy, I've answered this already today. Me Encanton 2's debut. I'm not going to pretend to know how to pronounce that. No. Is it Jesus A. Adorno? Luckily, Ignis has some very simple shoes and trousers, so that's quite easy. Ooh, I remember this track. It's one of my favourites. I know I've said that a lot tonight. Okay, so I haven't quite finished this jacket there. Just walk by foot if you like at Sean Condon. The car is like 90% the reason I don't intend to play 15. It's a very narrow-minded viewpoint you have there, but I will respect your opinion. I have a weird relationship with 15. I enjoyed it for what it was. However, I have many gripes with the fact that it is unfinished, and it doesn't seem like they knew what they wanted the battle system to be, because you can pretty much just spam potions to survive, and it punishes you for using magic, because the magic then deals friendly fire damage to your teammates, which, why would you want that in an RPG, you know? Okay, time to do this weird semi-lion print pattern he has on his jacket. As you can see, I'm not being completely precise since these are just RAB-2 models. We don't do too much detail, we do just enough so you recognize the character. I believe it is Jesus Raz, is that correct? Is it Jesus, Jesus, however you say your name? I'm just gonna call you that from now on, however you say your name. No, that's too light. Sorry, too dark. That's not right at all. Ooh, Arden's theme. Sadly, we are not making Arden's models though. That will be a challenging one, I think. That's a little bit too dark. Just call me Jesus, whatever pronunciation is fine. Cool. You heard it from himself. He says, however I want to pronounce it, that's how I pronounce it. Okay, I think I am happy with Ignis's model. So let's just finish him off. And he had white gloves, which you can't tell because the background's white anyway. And there you go, we have Ignis's model. Doing good time here, folks. And last but not least, we now move on to Gladio. Now I'm not sure if he's an Opera Omnia yet. I guess we're going to find out now. That's not official, is it? No, but wait, I'm confused. Is that an official picture? No, because that's someone's tag there. RAB-Tunes, which episode do you like on 15? I think Ignis's was my absolute favourite of the DLCs if I had to pick one. Gladiolus's was my least favourite, I hate to say. Followed by Prompto, no, because I like Prompto's the second best. Arden is unfortunately at the bottom because it was too little too late, if that makes sense. Ah, the Niflheim theme. So now we're starting off Gladio's model. Sup, Rab? Hello, James Hampton. Gladiolus. I always have to say his name segmented like that to make sure I'm spelling it correctly. So I have a funny story about this track you're listening to now. So it's the theme of Niflheim, I believe. I think it's this track anyway. Basically, do you know when you return to Lestalem later on in the story and the Empire's basically come and kill Jared and, you know, cause a bit of a ruckus? Now, when you get to Lestalem in that point in the story, you're supposed to just go straight to where that is. I didn't. I was messing around in Lestalem for ages. Like, I was doing a lot of side quests and exploring and looking for stuff and going to restaurants and just generally not doing main story stuff. And the whole time I was thinking, why does this music sound so evil? And when I finally finished, obviously messing around, I got to Talcott and Jared, what happened to Jared, and I was like, oh, this was why the evil Empire music was playing the whole time I was here. And it was just like, it's just amusing to me because the whole time I was messing around whilst this poor little kid was mourning the death of his grandfather. Oh, hello, Alec. RAB-Tunes, what about Core? You'll get me, don't worry. Maybe not tonight, I don't know. Depends on how much time I have. Rab, did you already do Aranea? I didn't do her RAB-Tune model, but I did draw something else of Aranea. Wink wink, nudge nudge. Look out for it on the community tab very soon. Some people are gonna hate me. I don't care. Doobie Mouse, evil bastard. I'm a very dangerous person. I have a very popular YouTube account and no sense of decency. Or shame. And this music here is what plays when you find Talcott mourning over Jared, I believe. Shrink yourself with mini magic. Okay. Will some dialogue from the auctions be different from the final script? Because from what I know, there are a few royal arms that are mandatory. Yeah, I may or may not have gotten that line factually correct, so I may change it. Now, something about Gladio's hair here isn't sitting well with me. I think it needs to be a bit taller. RAB-Tunes thoughts on Kingsglaive and the anime episodes, including Arden's backstory anime. I enjoyed him, more or less. The movie I really enjoyed. Nyx is a very good character. However, I'm not sure why other people didn't really like Kingsglaive that much. I don't know, I would say I'm quite easy to please in some respects. So my opinion might very well be moot on that matter. I'm reminded of the Midgar sector music from Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, kinda. Okay, so I'm not quite sure on Gladiolus's facial hair, so I'm going to look up a picture of him from the game just to be sure. I keep forgetting Gladiolus isn't an original, well, completely original name. Oh, look at that handsome boy. Nyx, the one you get from the FF14 crossover is good. Okay, I've missed another conversation there. Will you make Nyx? If I do Kingsglaive in a nutshell, sure. But other than that, I don't see why I need to. I always do hate doing beards in my style because in my mind it never looks right. This doesn't look too bad. There we go, I'm relatively happy with that. So now we do the shading. I wonder if a stream will go on long enough to hear the best boss theme ever, which is NVIDIA. Which is what the start of this track you're listening to now always reminds me of. Now, I'm going to do the very classic RAB-Tunes thing and have this scar always be on the wrong side. Sorry, be on the wrong side 50% of the time. Ah! I accidentally Highlandered Gladio. And again. Will there be a joke about how the scar switches on the model due to RAB-Tunes' budget? I was literally just talking about that, Ben. Oh, you read my mind. Okay, now to do Gladio's outfit, which, because he's holding that big ass sword, I can't exactly get a good shot of. I mean, it's accurate, but I don't think people will appreciate me using that as a reference. Some might, I don't know. Yeah, that's good enough. It's not high res, but it will do. Oh, I've lost the comments. There we go. Abs. I also noticed I've missed a little bit of gap in his hair there. Who is your favourite 15 character? It's gotta be Arden, come on. With Ignis not too far behind in second place. Quit messing with us, Raptoons. We know that you're already planning on drawing a fat version of a character for the next video somewhere. Yes, but who will it be? It would be a shame if it was Aranea. My hamster is making noise. If you can pick that up on the mic. Hopefully it's not too loud. She is on the other side of the room now though, because the cage has been moved. Actually, he wears his belt quite low down, doesn't he? Almost to the point he has the, not sure how you describe it in anatomy, but I won't go too far down that rabbit hole. Can't forget that weird little necklace he has. He's giving his sexy abs. Gladiolus, no, it don't. Nope, that doesn't look right whatsoever. Fat Gladiator, but he has a tattoo of abs and a cup noodle helmet. For some reason these abs aren't turning out how I want them to. Close enough for government work. Surprisingly smart shoes for someone who, someone like Gladio. Ooh, that bar fine. Where's Fat Luna Freya? Not happening, bro. I told you. Wait and see what Father Christmas brings you. Pending COVID-19 restrictions. Ooh. Smells like Old Spice. Bring back Behind the Light. That was one of my favourites. The Heroes of 14 will return. Gerald Williams, don't worry. How long did it take you to make a show? About a month, if you're talking about the Nutshell videos? They look simple, but they are not simple to make. So luckily, these guys' outfits are actually quite simple, so they haven't taken me too long tonight, which is good. And I think that is Gladio. Computer crashes as soon as you finish Gladio. If you like sleep, folks, don't be an animator. God, ain't that true, Ben? Like, you must know that even more so than I do. Gladio, do you? Yeah, you're barehanded. That's good, you don't wear gloves. This is another track from 15 which I always think sounds like a cheesy anime ending. Haha, sure was fun beating the Empire, right guys? You said it, Noct. Camera pans up. Sun in the sky. Credits rolling. There you go. That is Gladio. Okay, so coming up to the end of my stream now, so I thought what I would do is show you some of the other models that have been made so far. So we have John Wick Optus, which is called the first cutscene in the nutshell. Alton can finally relax now. So yeah, that's John Wick Noctis. If you want to get a good look at the Ifrit model, in his glorious HDness, just look at all the detail I have to do on the horns. No expenses were spared here. And last but not least, I have the Kingsglaive outfits, which we're just waiting for Gladio, Ignis and Prompto's models to be made to be able to make them. So let's see how that looks. Now I know Prompto is actually quite different in the future, 10 years later. I mean, he's not that different. His hair's a little longer and he's got a little goatee going on, but you get the idea. Oh hey, Piano Sniper. Ifrit looks like he has bags under his eyes. Hey, it's a really tough job being the Infernian. Basically the ruler of hell, commander of all things fire and flames, etc. Prompto looks like Shaggy in the time jump. Oh yeah, he kinda did, didn't he? Name a thing you like in the Spirits Within, Raz. I like that it ended. So we'll save changes to that. So tonight we have made Prompto, Ignis, and Gladio, and along with their good friend Noctis, that makes up all of the Chocobros. Now, I would say I have time for one doodle, so any weird, outlandish requests, throw them at me now, and I will do the one that catches my eye and interests the most. How many times do I play games before nailing them? Casting in voice work and Spirit Within are on point. That's about it. I request Sydney riding a Chocobo. Thick Yuffie. Thick Yuffie already exists on it, but I'm not going to show you that. Show us the Final Fantasy VII Remake models. They don't exist yet. Place your fetishes now, folks. Ben, don't encourage them. My character 14. Tell you what, Cindy riding a Chocobo caught my interest. Just got to remind myself of Cindy's hair. Jesus Christ, I always forget how dangerous Googling Cindy is, especially when people are watching. try to do this half from memory and just a little bit of reference. Oh, she doesn't have her sleeves rolled up. Oops. I hope that beat looks horrifying. This is like the worst looking chocobo in the world. I'm like a swan. This is a good track as well. It's my favourite from this game, in fact. What's it called? Falstaff di Fantastica. Brilliant track. There you go, my good sir. Cindy riding a very, very scary looking chocobo. Looks more like a phoenix, I'll say. I have never been good at drawing chocobos from scratch. I always need to look at a picture of a chocobo to get it to even remotely look like a chocobo. Work. Thanks for drawing Cindy riding a chocobo. Oh, thank you very much, Daikaiju Tony. That is very generous of you. In that case, would you like this as an image? Cindy Chocobo. Is good. If you have Twitter, hit me up on Twitter and I'll send you the picture in a clean, not flash state, so you can have it to cherish and hold. If not, I don't know how I'll get to this image to you, but I might dump it on the community tab. You can find it that way, but yeah. This is my favourite 15 track, so relaxing. I don't know, it's just a shame that I'm going to be wrapping up the stream any second now. I'll leave this track on to just chill and cycle through the models I've made tonight again. So, if you're just tuning in, tonight we've made Prompto, Ignis, Gladiolus, Noctis, and we drew Cindy riding a chocobo. Okay, so since we're all heading off now, I am now going to wrap up this stream. It's been very fun. I've enjoyed chatting with you as much as I can tonight, and it was fun doing this little request. Shame I didn't have time to do more, but we'll see what next time brings, and I hope you enjoyed seeing how the RAB-2 models are made. And I will catch you all next time. Take care, stay safe, and goodbye.
Thank you.